Previously on Worthless Whip's $1,000 Dictator car challenge.
Totally not worth it.
It's absolutely not worth it. I mean, look, the whole point of our channel is try to find a cheap car,
Sure.
something cool,
Right.
fix it up, you
Right.
know, for a high schooler or something.
Sure.
And I guess we can help other people learn from our mistakes,
Yeah.
because buying this car was a mistake.
In fact, you should never wash your car in direct sunlight, especially when using detailing product. So basically do exactly the opposite of what we did.
So, what do you say we get this thing on a 0 to 60, just for posterity's sake?
Okay, let's figure out what it
It's
does.
supposed to do like a 9 or a 9.5. Let's see if it's still going to do
You know what? This is a tired engine. This
I know.
thing has been
I know.
abused to the edge of the earth and back. So
Well, let's
I
abuse it
doubt
some more.
Yeah, okay. I'm
Alright.
good with that.
Okay, ready? Yeah. Okay, here we go, guys. And in set, go!
Okay, let's do this.
There she goes. She's building. She's building.
Yeah.
Come on, sweetheart. Come on, sweetheart.
60.
Yeah! Okay, done.
And
10.95. That
Okay.
means this car, this V8, this huge V8,
yeah.
I shouldn't say huge, but 4.2 liter, was slower by almost 2 seconds than a 1.6 liter Toyota. Set, go. All right, 9 seconds.
Holy crap.
9 seconds with me in the car, dude.
What do you expect, man?
With
This
two
thing's
fat men in the car.
Yeah, this is a dinosaur, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that car also had 400,000 miles on it.
True.
So it really just proves our point, right?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not fighting you on this that these things are built like tanks.
Yeah.
What I will say is that there is this, I think, undeserved prestige to some of these cars as well. Because, okay, yeah, it's nicer to be in and all this kind of stuff, but you can't lie to me and say it's built better than a Japanese car of the same
No,
era.
it's not.
It's not.
But it is better quality.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I
to
mean, like,
touch, to be
Yeah.
in.
It's
right?
kind of one of those weird things. It's like you can build a table using like mahogany,
Yeah,
but then you can design a stronger table using plywood.
of course you can.
So that's kind of the, you know,
But for the target audience that we're talking to, someone that has $1,000 to throw at a car,
Yeah.
you don't want a mahogany table that's going to fall apart.
no,
You know what I mean?
correct.
Or a $1,000 car that's going to, I guess the table analogy doesn't really
No, it doesn't. Yeah.
You got a suit on, right?
Yeah.
So the real question is, could you be a chauffeur for a Dictator?
Yeah, why not?
The real test is, how good of a Dictator car really is this?
同志们好，同志们辛苦了。来到美国是我的荣幸。我必须承认，这台车比红旗牌舒服得多。其实，同志们，我想说，我很开心，因为我们的武汉文化影响这儿。
If I were to sum up this car with one word, it would be prestige. Because this is what the car gave me in my youth. While most of my peers were driving cheap little Fords, Volkswagens, or various other things that you find in South Africa, Opels, I was driving a Mercedes. Of course, I wanted a small, fun little car to drive, something that I could race around, because I think that's quite common for a young man to want. The difference is, having been more or less forced into this sale by my father, who decided that he wanted me to have a safe car, and so offered to pay for half of it if I were to get this one, I immediately started to change my mind, driving around in this big tank of a car, which had ample power, was very fast on the highway, was incredibly comfortable to drive with its leather seats and all of the plush suspension and air conditioning and all of that, I started to feel a real connection with this thing. I know a lot of you know me as someone who wears a suit most of the time, and it really did suit my image. No pun intended. I remember keeping a sort of a picnic basket in the back of the car with a couple of wine glasses and a bottle of wine for if I ever took a girl out on a date. And being able to turn up in a big, impressive Mercedes really kind of made me feel special. Of course, looking back now, I realize what a complete wanker I must have looked like driving around in this massive big brown Mercedes, but it was important to me, and I will always have fond memories of these cars. Working on and driving this car in modern day again really brought back a lot of memories, and no joke, it does make you feel classy when you turn up even at a shopping mall and you get out of your car. You do feel as if you are a little bit elevated in status. It's a bunch of nonsense, obviously, but it's still there. It still makes you feel special. It's definitely more special than turning up in a Honda Civic or a typical grocery getter or even an SUV. This car is long and big and has presence. I feel as if modern Mercedes-Benzes have lost a special something that's still present in these old cars. I think it's important for, especially a young person in high school, to feel a little bit special. We all go through that change in life where we're trying to put our individuality out there, and try to be a little special. And while some people are piercing their noses and dyeing their hair pink, others are looking for different ways to express themselves. And this car was my way.
You know, there was something really special about this car, and throughout the 3 episodes, I think you guys understand that it was a mixed bag. It was one of those things where it's like, if it was in really good shape, there is something really spectacular about it. It's one of the most comfortable cars I've ever been in my life. It has a certain presence, and it's got this really classy, almost domineering vibe to it. It's such a cool car. What we do on this channel is we try to set out and buy something really cheap and then, flip it for a profit. And obviously that will work out sometimes, as it did with the last car we did, the Toyota MR2. But with a car like this, it certainly didn't. We never got any offers over what we paid for it initially. Not only that, we had put a ton of money into the car already. So we figured the only real thing we could do, instead of making someone else have to go through the torturous repairs and all the nonsense that we had to put up with this car, we figured it'd be best if someone was to sell it at auction and, claim the profit from the parts. And that's what we did. We actually ended up giving the car away to Make-A-Wish Foundation. And we found out that they will just come to your garage or wherever you have your car and they'll take it away. You sign it over. And, they'll either part it out or whatever. It doesn't matter what condition the car is in. But the money goes directly to the charity to help kids with their last wishes before they die, if they have terminal illness like cancer and stuff like that. So we figured it was a good cause, and we'll cut our losses and try again on the next car, which guess what? We've already got. I can't wait for you guys to see what we have lined up. Thank you for all the people on patreon.com/worthlesswhips who actually voted for the cars that we have. And I promise you, because it's a more democratic process of how we obtain vehicles and you guys actually choose them for us, it makes the episodes much more fun for us as well. And I hope you guys agree with that. We'll see you on the next episode of Worthless Whips. Ouch.